Welcome back to Pasco, Washington. Here are the two fastest boats in qualifying, the Miss Budweiser and the Smokin' Joes. Miss Budweiser leading the Smokin' Joes in points coming into this race with 196.
And as they go head-to-head here at Heat 1A, Mark Tate has lane choice. He took lane number 1 in the Smokin' Joes. Right beside him will be Chip Hanauer in lane number 2 in the Miss Budweiser. Lane 3 will be Mike Hansen out of Madison, Indiana, DeWalt Tools. Lane 4, Miss Rock with the ever-popular Mr. Mark Evans. In lane number 5 will be Mill Bay Casino. Mark's brother Mitch will drive that one, the only piston packer in the fleet. And on the white outside, Miss Cascade will be the pace boat, Jerry Hopp driving.
Now the Mr. Walt Tools, Mike Hansen, threw a prop in the practice run warming up. And this crew, Jim, had to get together and really work fast to get this boat back out here.
Yeah, I didn't think they were going to make the start of the heat. That is a real team effort from that Madison, Indiana team.
You got to remember, when that prop comes off, it flies off. It can do all sorts of damage underneath. But right now, that's not on the mind of any of the drivers as they take the starting flag. There they go. Right off the bat, it looks like Miss Budweiser in lane number 2 got an excellent start on the course. Right on the inside of her, the yellow boat is Smokin' Joe's, and that's where your competition is as we head down into the first turn. Side by side, those two boats respecting each other. Smokin' Joe's on the inside gets a slight advantage coming out onto the back stretch.
Now there's some lumpy water coming off that corner number 2 here in the Tri-City area, Dick. But the Columbia River basically is a fast course because it's 2.5 miles in circumference, and it's a little extra time in the chutes so they can get up to top speed.
Well, they're at top speed on the back stretch. You just saw the Miss Rock there. Now you see the leader boats, and it is still Smokin' Joe's in the lead. You can just look through the rooster tail and see the red of the Miss Budweiser. Look at the bounce on these boats as they come through turn number 4. Miss Budweiser really holding on but getting airborne.
I'll tell you one thing, Mark Tate better hang on because he went through the apex of corners 3 and 4 and got out of shape a lot as he had that wall of water hiding the Miss Budweiser. Currently running in second. You're looking at your third place boat, Mark Evans and Miss Rock.
There's the distance between first and second. 196 points separates the Miss Budweiser in first in the points race, but in this race, it's about the same distance back to second place where Miss Budweiser sits. Whoa! It was a loose ride and a wave to the fans by the Smokin' Joe's. Mark Tate managing to bring that boat back down on the water and still keep his speed. And Jim, I think that's the toughest thing of all, not to lose the speed when you get airborne like that.
Well, as I said earlier, down in corners 3 and 4, he's out of shape. Now go back, complete one lap, and go back into that first turn for the second time. It's lumpy. He almost put it on its right side. 158.4 mile an hour, though, for that lap.
And there's the checkered flag. Mark Tate wins the first race of the day. Second place is the Miss Budweiser. So Mark Tate, with all the roughness of the water and getting airborne like he did, still managed to bring it home into victory lane.
And he pulls within 96 points of the Eagle Snacks to Duels High Point Championship lead. Now let's go back and take a look at where Mark Tate almost lost the boat. He's coming off of corner number 1, starting down the back chute. After one lap, he's on lap number 2. Hits a little hole there. All of a sudden, the boat bounces. You can see the entire bottom of the boat as his left sponson goes up, but he recovers, luckily.
Certainly so. He did a great job. Mark Tate, a little bit relieved, I'm sure, to be back on shore there, and he'll tell some war stories.
Here's the results on our Fruit of the Loom scoreboard after Heat 1A. You get 400 points for first, 300 for second, 225 for third, and down the line. Let's go to Steve Montgomery.
Good job, Mark. Is lane 1 the place to be?
Well, it was the place to be that heat. You know, that was a big heat for us. It picked us up 100 points in the championship, and you know, hats off to my crew. They've gave me a great boat so far the whole weekend.
Mark Tate already with a win in his pocket. More drivers hoping for some wins in their pockets. This one, Dave Vilwalk getting aboard the American Dream with the dream of a win in Heat 1B. The Bud Camp looking for more horsepower. We'll look at more racing in a moment. The Budweiser Columbia Cup. Dick Crippen along with Jim Hendrick and Steve Montgomery as we look down along the docks as everybody waits for the start of Heat 1B. And we've got good competition in this one as we did in Heat 1A.
Down the smooth side of the back course here on the Columbia River, 5 boats for Heat 1B. This is the way they'll line up. In lane number 1 will be Dave Vilwalk and Pico's American Dream. Lane 2, Pizza Time Exide Batteries with Nate Brown. Lane 3, Steve David in the T-Plus engine treatment. Lane number 4 will have the Appian Renegade, rookie Tom Hinley in the cockpit. On the outside, Chaplin's Bellevue Volkswagen, Scotty Pierce. He'll be the pace boat.
We look at the boats coming out of the turn now onto the front straightaway. They're looking for the green flag to start flying, and there it is. Right off, you can see the power coming on the T Plus as Steve David tries to break through that field in the black and yellow boat. He is now tying up going into the turn. He's got a slight lead now, and he will hold it through the turn. Steve David has taken the lead over the field, but he's got competition on each side of him. Steve David in the T Plus coming out of the turn, bouncing just a little bit, not quite as loose as they were in the first heat, but he is in the lead, and that's what counts.
And I think Pico's American Dream has had a problem down in the exit pin in the first turn as the T Plus, as you look at your leader. Back of the pack was Appian Renegade as they come down to complete lap number 1.
Now, Appian Renegade was a full 10 boat lengths off the lead at the very start of the race. He started to move up just a hair in the field. This is a rookie driver, Tom Hendley. This guy is Steve David, far from being a rookie driver. He's actually piloted. He started in the small hydroplanes at 16 years of age and in outboards before that.
Pico, although he had lane 1 for Dave Bilwalk, was late at the start as we look from the cockpit of the T Plus, our current leader. And he got into the turn a little late, and now he's lagging behind, still in lane 1 here at lap number 2.
There's your leader going off the screen into the turn. Second place is Pizza Time. That's the white boat. And Pico American Dream went through the wake of the Pizza Time and is now slowed down. He's got engine problems as Scotty Pierce takes over in third place.
And our leader's averaging about 142 miles an hour. T Plus the leader, second place to Pizza Time, third place is Scotty Pierce right there in the multicolored boat as we look at our leader slowing down.
T Plus, Stephen David is slowing down, settling down on the water. That means Pizza Time with Nate Brown. The white boat will now take over first place. Scotty Pierce will go to second.
Not true. Unbelievable. Both the boats missed the buoy. Look at the top of the street. You see the white buoy up there? They didn't go out and get it. They're both going to get an extra lap penalty. And guess who the new leader will be?
Appian Renegade right there. Tom Hendley, the rookie driver who was trailing the rest of the field by 10 boat lengths at the start. There's Pico's American Dream starting up again, but he's going to have a long way to go to catch Tom Hendley, the rookie. He has got this race won if he just does one thing: keep the boat running.
And our Zodiac lap speed for Appian Renegade, 114 miles an hour. Meanwhile, word out of the pit, Steve David, the early leader in T Plus engine treatment, completely blew that engine while he was in the lead.
Appian Renegade in the lead right now, and there is some happy time down in the pit area. There you can see the Pizza Time driven by Nate Brown, but he's got a problem with that one, of course, as does Scott Pierce. They've got to go an extra lap, so they're not really in competition with the leader. Steve David looking at his boat, very frustrated. Just the opposite for Tom Hendley. He's bringing his boat around for a checkered flag, I'm sure, starting 10 boat lengths off the field he never imagined he'd see. But unlimited hydroplane racing is also unpredictable. This crew has reason to celebrate.
And Tom Hendley, the rookie, picks up his first heat win ever in Unlimiteds.
Congratulations to Tom Hendley. There you can see the towboat coming up to the T Plus. Steve David will be towed back into the docks. He has had a very disappointing day. Here's the way they finished.
The Fruit of the Loom scoreboard shows 400 points for Appian Renegade, 300 for Nate Brown at Pizza Time. Scott Pierce picks up third place, 225 points.
Tom, when did you find out you were the leader?
Third lap.
Were you surprised?
He said we have penalties on all boats, and you're the leader.
Sometimes the race goes to the steady. Nice job.
Apparently so. Thanks.
A happy Tom Hendley, and rightfully so. There you can see the Pizza Time boat, and I know they're disappointed, wondering what in the world happened that they missed that buoy out there.
Celebrations have gone on all week, marking the 30th anniversary of unlimited hydroplane racing here in the Tri-Cities. The pit scoreboard for that first race, the 1966 Atomic Cup, named for the nearby Hanford Nuclear Power Plant, reads like a list of boat racing legends. Red Loomis, Walter Cade, Wild Bill Cantrell was a professional wrestler. Bill Muncie's dollar bill withdrew with mechanical problems, but he would have better days. The pre-race favorite was Mira Slovak and Bill Harrah's Tahoe Miss. As a Czechoslovakian refugee, he had flown an airliner to freedom in the West. Between races, the flying Czech helicoptered to a nearby airfield and hopped into a stunt plane to entertain the big crowd. But the winner was a milkman from Burien, Washington, named Bill Brow. After several seasons of frustration, the owner of his boat, Miss Budweiser, 40-year-old Bernie Little of Lakeland, Florida, made his first trip to the winner's circle.